So I've made this. It's not taking me that long, probably it's only about 45 minutes, which is just a strip of steel just welded into a tube, a couple of plates on, welded to the centre of an old bearing with a steel rod welded to the back of the other bearing, and it'll just allow me to slide the handle on and just turn it for when I'm wrapping. I don't think it's a waste of time doing that, because I can't see any easy way of doing this unless you've got control of the piece and you've got both hands free and you've got the work steady. So I think it'll pay off. Right, let's get wrapping. So this is the cotton. I just ordered cotton. They do silk, they do artificial silk, they do all kinds of stuff. Well, I'm going to use a cotton because I'm probably going to put some lacquer on it when I've done. So what you do is you centre the cord in there. Apparently, I was watching this last night, which is why I've made this little stand. And then twist once, twist twice, lay down the cotton, bring that one over. Has to be over a bit more, that really. Bring back over. Then twist once, twist twice. Something like. And then this one, I'm forgetting where I started now. It's this one. That one was over. So start with this side, I think. Or did I start with that side? I don't know. I am forgetting. This is just a practice run, really. I think I might get some glue, I don't know, and glue these. Something like that, but without that little twist in there. But that's all skew with. So yeah, I'll have a practice, I'll come back. I'm getting towards the end now. It's actually not difficult, this, once you've done a few turns with it. And I guess the secret is to pull your cord really tight, and as you do your twist, just hold your cord tight on the edge, but be kind of really gentle with that turn. You don't have to pull it tight when you're turning. Just turn it over so that it lays really nice against the last one. Like that. And then you avoid them sort of folds there. They're just getting better, these, the further I come down now. I could unpick it all again and, you know, and I could do a much better job now, but I'm not going to, because you know, I can look back on this when I do the next one, and you know, I can see the improvements on it then. I've just got to the end of the handle, I've got to kind of finish off the end knot. And now that one goes back under there. Oh, this stuff's tight. I've just got that bit tied. A little bit complicated, but basically the two strands are, they go and then they go through the hole, and then they come out of this side, and then that one, that side has got to go back. I'll come back. I've just got to twist that like so, and kind of twist it round. Kind of like that. If you can see this or not. Cut it off there. I finished. It's done. Probably not the best wrapping you've ever seen. The diamonds are a bit higgledy-piggledy, but it's good enough. That last bit was really tough. The battery went flat on the camera, so I just carried on. Yeah, that where you finish off there, it was so tight getting the wrap underneath and bringing it through and round again. But it's done. And I was going to do this again, and which I am. I'm going to get some better material, because that was a pig to work with, that cotton. It was almost breaking at this end, and the strands were coming apart. And like I say, it's very loose. The actual weave on it is very loose, and it's kind of always rolling over on itself. It's not stiff enough. So let's get that mounted on the sword. I'm going to spray it with lacquer first, polish that up, and spray it with some lacquer just to hold the cotton in place and stop it fraying. Well, you know what time of year it is when these guys turn up. Not looking forward to it. I made up this sharpening jig. I've been wanting to make one of these for a while, but I thought, well, I'll make one so I can get this bevel pretty consistent on this sword, because it's not easy sharpening with a blade that long, obviously. So I ground the rough bevel on, ground the first bevel on the grinder to take most of the steel away, and then I made up this little grinding jig, which is just dead simple really. It locks off on position there. That little thing slides up and down to get the different angles. It's and it's just got a little swivel there, and it's all just made out of bits of angle iron really, and box section cut up. A hole through there. It's set about 20 degrees at the moment. The plating, if you like, or the little table, it's just got a piece of wood screwed on, and I've put these bits of plywood on, and I can lift them up and down to set the bevel, just the bevel of the sword. And I made these little sort of plates that are interchangeable. That one's got leather on it for the final stropping, and they've got these are only cheap, these diamond pads, and they just slide on. I just glued a bit of plywood onto the back of them, cut a little groove in the plywood, and then glued it on. See that? So that it slides onto that little plate, which has got a corresponding groove in it, if you like. They just lock into there. So I'll put the leather one on. It's just nice because it keeps the bevel consistent, especially when you're putting that, just the final, just the final touches to the polish. Keeps it nice and level. That's just got two screws in to stop the blade, and like I say, it's resting on them two pieces of plywood just to hold it. just gonna got a good edge on it now, this. Just put a bit of red buffing rouge onto the leather. And I think that'll do. A piece of paper. I think that's I think that's sharp enough, don't you? Very addictive cutting paper up. Very addictive. Yeah, that's gonna hurt. What else we got to cut up? Ooh, bit of masking tape. Oh, we've got masking tape. Yeah. Stickiest substance known to man, apart from eggs. Don't really appear to have anything else. A piece of cloth there. Yeah. Cuts that nice and clean. I suppose I could do the customary chopping tomatoes and things in half, but I don't really want to. Can't be bothered. It's just a beautiful sword. It's all fit. I'll just put it together for you. You said I'm going to replace this this front guard because I don't like it. Don't like it. I'm going to replace that in the future with a casting. Bit of brass or bronze. There we are. Little peg. Made a wooden peg to just go into there. Keeps it all together. What do you reckon, guys? I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it, I do. What I did in the end with the steel, I gave it a wipe with, I put a bit of ferric chloride on a cloth, very small piece, and I literally wiped it twice on each side with ferric chloride, and that's how it's come out. Looks gorgeous, it does. and I like this dark colour on it. I think it's much nicer than just a piece of shiny steel. There we are, a katana, and in no way am I saying this is anything other than a homemade katana, and as a few have pointed out, it's a bit short for a katana really. I think the blade length is 24 inches. Katanas are, I guess, 26, 27, 28 inches. But it's just my first attempt at making a sword, and it's nothing like the traditional swords that the Japanese craftsmen make. It's nowhere near as nice as that. I wouldn't want to do them a disservice by saying it is, because I say I've learnt an awful lot from making this, and I would like to go on and make a few more of them. There's the wrap. I ended up getting junk cotton, it seems, which was very, very difficult to fold because it kind of rolls over on itself. So next time I'll be getting the silk. So thanks for the heads up on that. Yeah, I need to make the, what's it called? Is it the tsuba? I'm not sure. Not well up on the names of the parts for the Japanese names for the parts on this. What should we just say, the sword sheath, the scabbard in Japanese, whatever that is. I need to make that, and because I'm going to replace the brass with a nice casting. But for now, guys, the sword is done. So thanks for watching, fellas. Hope you enjoyed it. I've enjoyed making it. It's been a bit time consuming, tedious. The little guard there, or what's that called? I've forgotten now already the name. Just rubbish with names. I just forget as soon as I find out what they are. That was problematic. I think that piece of brass I was using is actually bronze. So it turns out there's two bronze plates, so that's why it snapped. That's actually bronze, not brass. So there we go, homemade katana, or homemade Japanese samurai sword. Look at that, show you that again. That's the nice side, absolutely gorgeous, beautiful. Okay, steel wise, I've now sourced some W2 from the States, paid for that, and it's on its way. I'm going to get absolutely crippled by customs charges when it gets to the UK, but hey ho, that's what we live and work for, to be stuffed by the customs. I've also got some CS80, I think it is, or CS70, I can't remember which one it was now, in 7mm, and I've got some, I'll have to go and remember what it is now, CR80 CROV2 was it? See them, the big old fellas, them. Bigger ones getting on for 4 foot by 2.5 foot wide. So that one's what's that one? 7.8mm. I just don't know why I got them that thick. It's ridiculous. But I got them at a good price. 80 CRV2, 7mm. Which I've got. I'm going to try a sword out of this stuff, but I got it for knives, for forging knives, and just general forging. Two fairly big chunks of steel, but I suppose a good thing again, it that thick. I think it was 7mm this, yeah, 7mm. You can always take the steel off, but you cannot put it back on. So So there's going to be some further upcoming projects made out of that stuff. I'm going to start off with this 80 CRV2. I'm going to start off with a Bowie knife. I think it's equivalent to 1080 CRV2. Yeah, it's an equivalent steel to 1080. So I'm hoping I'll get a nice hamon out of that. We'll see. And if I don't, then we've got the W2 coming around the good old USA. Hi guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. One more look at the sword before we go. Get in the sun. Beautiful. Bye for now.